Hey everybody, we are in Cherokee, which is the Great Smoky Mountains, and this video is going to give you a little different perspective of the Great Smoky Mountains from the southern side instead of the northern side. So I'm going to kind of throw a quick map up to kind of just give you a quick explanation. You see Pigeon Forge, kind of upper half, you see Cherokee kind of bottom, and then the Great Smoky Mountains sandwiched between. We're coming from the south instead of coming from the north. And on the south side you have this Cherokee Reservation. And there are lots of touristy things and things to do that are fun, like they have like gold mining for the kids. And of course there is all the wildlife along the side of the road that you just as much see in the north as you do in the south. And you can see that elk there is like within 5 feet of a car. Like, it is ridiculous how close these elk are to the cars and everything. The rangers are even out here. So anyway, so if you don't know about us, we full-time RV across the United States. Lately, we have been mostly on the East Coast. However, in the next year or so, we will start moving toward the West Coast. We do helpful videos and kind of travel videos, kind of sharing our life, sharing what we learn, and we always try to put a positive spin on everything. So anyway, it's cool that you can see wildlife kind of in the local area. The other thing that is a big thing here is this humongous waterfall. So this is Mingo Falls. Mingo Falls is a humongous waterfall that we'll get to. I want to say it's about 1,000 feet tall. Like, it is this. It's not going to look as big on the camera, but I'm telling you, this thing is humongous. So basically, this is maybe a mile or two from the KOA that we stayed at. We stayed at the Cherokee KOA in Cherokee. And it is maybe, say, 5 miles from the Cherokee Indian Reservation. And so anyway, you do this stairway climb to get up to the falls itself. And then once you get to the top of the stairway, it's kind of like a flat walk. The walk here is much shorter than Clingmans Dome, and it's much easier. There's a handrail and steps.
We made it to the top of Mingo Falls. That was a good hike. I'm out of breath. But man, what an amazing view. I hope you enjoy this as much as I do. I love waterfalls. Please like and subscribe. Mingo Falls. We're going down the steps now, but before we went up them, they're pretty steep going up. Going down is a lot easier, but still got my heart rate up, so it's a good workout, but oh, I'm tired now.
This is a large national park visitor center for the Great Smoky Mountains on the Cherokee side, and obviously there's all kinds of historic stuff here that you can check out. A lot of the Great Smoky Mountains is driving around, either the driving tour or driving to scenic overlooks or even driving to trails or different things that you can do here.
Hey everybody, this is a hike to Clingmans Dome. It's a half-mile hike, but it's basically like a staircase, but it's not a staircase, it's just a asphalt walk. Pretty steep. If you're not in shape, maybe don't come here. Or take lots of stops.
This is the top of the Clingmans Dome, the iconic lookout that will allow you to look out over North Carolina and Tennessee. And I think it's like the third tallest point in this whole entire humongous region. And they have placards that go around this disc that identify what all these things are around you. And the walk is way easier going down than up, and it's maybe 5 or 6 times harder than the Mingo Falls. There are all kinds of water in the area also. So this little lake that I found, I took my paddleboard out on, and there was another video that I shot, I can throw it up in the corner, introducing you to the paddleboard. And I decided to do this instead of a river because it would be a lot easier. So anyway, I just did want to point out that especially if you come during the summer, one of the big things in the area is getting on the river or the lake and doing rapids or paddleboarding or whatever you enjoy. So I'm going to run you through the Great Smoky Mountains Cherokee KOA Campground. So the left, when you first come in, is a fishing pond, and there's like a river that kind of like goes along this all the way to Cherokee. Cherokee is maybe 3 miles away. The Great Smoky Mountains would be maybe a mile or 2 past that. Anyway, so you come to the campground, and this campground has like all kinds of RV spots and all kinds of cabins that I saw. I did not see anybody primitive camping, but this is the middle of Thanksgiving actually. If you can be in the middle of Thanksgiving. I think that I actually filmed this on the day after Thanksgiving. That big building there is a humongous pool and a hot tub. And they rent golf carts here, and they have propane. Everybody kept buying propane because I guess it was so cold out. And firewood. And the tent on the left is an event tent, and that's where we had Thanksgiving at. They have a little jumpy pad that I think we just passed on the right. So to give you a kind of like the look and feel of these sites, the way the sites look on the right is kind of the way most of the sites look. Most of them are pull-throughs, though they're not back-ends. So this is going to be your traditional site that like 80% of the campground sites look just like this. Very, very long concrete site with full hookups, and they just have rows and rows and rows and rows of these. They are all kind of notched at like 45 degrees, which makes it kind of a little bit easier to get into. And like you can see, this one kind of looks just like the last one, which it looks the same as the one on the right, which will look the same as that's the one in front of me. They might have some that are not concrete, like I guess maybe these are gravel? Nope, concrete also. So anyway, they all look basically the same, so it doesn't really matter which site you're in. And they all look like they're pretty evenly spaced out, and they all look like they're pretty evenly easy to get into, and they all look pretty dang long. And look at this awesome Ram 5500 with a transformer looking bed. Isn't that like kind of cool looking? Yeah, when I say transformer, I mean like that movie, like the robots and stuff. That has got to be the coolest Ram 5500 I think I've ever seen. So anyway, off the truck thing, so we are getting to the back of the campground, the far back, and I guess that these sites maybe are the less, they look a little bit less premium than all the ones that we had passed in the front 2/3 of the campground, but they all look fine to me. I don't see any real kind of problematic sites, or there's not really a reason to kind of point out all the different site numbers, because I don't even think you can reserve a specific site number, because this is a KOA. Some of the KOAs have that feature, but I don't think that this one allows you to even reserve a specific site. These are all the cabins. They have cabins in the front too. They have lots and lots and lots of cabins. This place, like I was saying, it's pretty big, and they did have the free Thanksgiving dinner. They did ask that you bring like a side to the Thanksgiving, but the campground provided the turkeys and everything. And the example they gave was if 2 people were going to be going to the Thanksgiving dinner, they should bring 6 deviled eggs. And I almost wanted to ask them, did they mean 3 eggs or 6 eggs? You know, because like you cut them in half. Like we brought like way more food than that. So anyway, hopefully all this helps you out if you plan on going to Cherokee, especially if you plan on going there in a camper. So please like and subscribe, and we will see you guys later on.